I have a question. Why do I have to pay $200 for a Zoom meeting?
Well, I could give you a $2,500 fine.
Don't matter to me. Well, ma'am, I'm just repeating what you said to me. If it was a mistake, then it was a mistake. But you just said supervised probation. That's the whole point.
What's the whole point?
All right, thank you. Never mind.
What's the whole point?
I'm talking to the officer.
The officer isn't your legal advisor. If you don't do that, and if you don't do what I told you to do, then you can go down to the street to the county jail.
And right here, pause everything. This is already a red flag moment. Habitual violator means the court is not dealing with a first-timer. This is someone who has repeatedly ignored license laws and is now standing in front of a judge who has seen this movie before. Question for you watching. If someone keeps driving illegally, should the court still be offering probation at all?
Acting like the judge won't hand out consequences just as fast as she's dishing out eye rolls. And trust me, today she's going to find out exactly what that kind of attitude gets her in a courtroom that does not play games. Do you think she's about to learn her lesson the easy way or the hard way? And real quick, just a little PSA, I've seen a couple comments saying that it looks like I'm talking over the case during my discussion parts. And just to clarify, I'm really not. When I'm speaking, I just play back clips that you've already seen earlier in the video so you're not staring at a blank screen. It's just an editing style I use, and I hope that clears up any confusion. Enjoy the video.
All right, Mr. Patterson, how do you want to proceed?
Your Honor, in this case, I would announce that Ms. Contreras would be entering a plea of guilty to count 1, driving after being declared habitual violator. States agreed to dismiss count 2.
And that's your agreement, Ms. Pierce?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Contreras, how do you plead then to count 1, driving after being declared an habitual violator?
Guilty.
You're admitting that on November 19th, 2023, you were driving in Butler County and that your license was revoked at the time?
Yes.
Do you remember where you were driving when the officer stopped you?
On the interstate.
Okay, out on the Turnpike, I-35, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And you were driving and your license was revoked as an habitual violator, is that correct?
Yes.
Is anyone making you enter this plea by any threats or promises other than your plea agreement?
No.
Do you understand with this plea you are giving up your right to a trial and your right to appeal conviction?
Yes.
I will accept your plea and find you.
This is a huge legal moment. By pleading guilty, she is officially giving up her right to trial and appeal. That means there is no rewind button later. Once she says guilty here, everything that happens next is locked in. Would you ever plead guilty if jail time was still on the table?
Anything further?
We would ask court to adopt the recommendations. I am court appointed in this case.
All right. Where do you work, Ms. Contreras?
Wichita.
Okay. What kind of work do you do there in Wichita?
CNA.
CNA. Okay. At this time, I will.
6 months in jail, but probation keeps the cell door closed if she follows the rules. This is what courts call a suspended sentence. It is basically mercy with a leash. The court is trusting you to not mess this up. And we are about to see how fast that trust starts to shake.
I believe that totals $558. I will grant you a 1-year reporting probation, and as long as you're successful on that, you will not have to serve the 6 months. But all standard conditions will apply, primarily 2 specific conditions. Number 1, do not violate any law during this 12 months and get the $558 paid. How much time do you need to pay that, if any?
I have a question. Why do I have to pay $200 for a Zoom meeting?
Why do you have to pay a $200 fine?
Yeah, why do I have to pay a $200 court fine?
Well, I could give you a $2,500 fine.
Don't matter to me. But okay, that's fine.
The fine can be anywhere up to $2,500. Your status is an habitual violator. That means you have been convicted so many times in traffic A and B misdemeanors that you qualify for revocation of license for 3 years.
Okay.
All right. Any more questions about that?
Nope.
Okay.
Oh, I do have one more question. Is it supervised probation or is it unsupervised probation?
Well, the recommendations of the parties was 1 year, but I'm starting to get.
Here is where things start getting dangerous for her. Courts do not punish questions. They punish attitude. Tone matters. Body language matters. And judges absolutely notice when a defendant sounds more offended than grateful. You can feel the temperature in this courtroom starting to rise.
But like I said, I'm really getting concerned that.
Well, ma'am, I'm just repeating what you said to me. If it was a mistake, then it was a mistake. But you just said supervised probation at the end.
You can literally feel the tension rising in the courtroom, like everyone bracing for the exact moment she finally pushes the judge too far. Every second this goes on, she's doubling down on that entitlement, like the judge is the one on trial and she's just there to hand out performance reviews. And when the judge brings up her record, calling her a habitual violator, you can practically hear the legal system sighing because this girl collects violations like they're loyalty points. A $200 court fine is basically mercy at this point, and she's still acting like she shouldn't have to pay a single penny of it. What really gets me is how she keeps questioning the court's procedures as if she spent more than 5 minutes reading anything other than her own text messages. She doesn't seem to realize that asking a judge why in that tone is the courtroom equivalent of lighting a match in a fireworks factory. And the fact that she's even eligible for probation instead of jail time should have had her sitting still, nodding politely, and thanking every legal deity available. Instead, she's tossing out those smug little facial expressions like she's performing for an invisible audience. Judges catch that stuff. Body language absolutely counts, especially when you're already digging your own hole. And this judge clearly isn't in the mood for games because every word she says is basically a warning shot that the defendant refuses to hear. Supervised, unsupervised, doesn't matter. You should just be grateful you're not being cuffed today. But nope, she wants to argue about terms like she's negotiating a contract. At this point, the judge looks ready to give her exactly what she's been asking for, which is a one-way upgrade to jail time and a bigger fine. And honestly, it wouldn't even be surprising if that's where this attitude is leading her. Let's see what the judge ends up deciding because this girl is seconds away from learning something the hard way.
I know everybody in this room heard it, just like I heard it.
Mr. Patterson, is that what you heard?
Judge, I would prefer a breakout room with my client if I could.
Miss Cheryl, did you hear that?
I will ask you that, Miss Cheryl, because it is not appropriate for you to talk to counsel directly other than your own. Miss Pierce, did you hear me say that supervised?
Yes, Your Honor. I heard you say reporting.
Reporting? All right.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, but that still did not justify a response. Mr. Patterson, I'll give you just about a minute with your client.
That's all I need, Judge. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Contreras, are you ready to proceed?
Yes, ma'am.
Your fine is, again, $200, court costs $108, $250 attorney fees, for a total of $558. Your sentence, again, is 6 months. If you do not want to serve that 6 months, you need to be successful on a 1-year non-reporting probation. Non-reporting meaning you do not see a probation officer, but you are nevertheless on probation. If you violate the law during the next year, your probation can be revoked and you can serve the 6 months. If you fail to pay the $558 in the time I tell you, your probation can be revoked and you can serve your jail sentence. You also can get a collection agent if you don't pay, and you can add more time to the revocation of your driver's license if you don't pay. Now, I am willing to work with you on that payment schedule. Can you pay the whole $558 today, or do you need some time to pay?
No, ma'am.
No,
Okay.
All
You
right.
go ahead.
What I will do is give you an order that you pay at least. Will you tell me how much you want to pay? Can you pay $100 a month so that you can have this paid off in the 6 months to get your probation over?
No, I thought I had a year of probation.
So you want to make it in payments of a 12th, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I will grant you 1/12. I don't usually do that on non-reporting probation. So if I have to set it out that far, I will make.
This is the turning point. Reporting probation means check-ins, fees, supervision, and zero breathing room. She literally talked herself from freedom into supervision. This is what legal professionals call self-inflicted consequences. Have you ever seen someone lose an advantage this fast?
Months.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right,
Thank you.
understand that's probably twice what I usually give folks. All right, so you'll need to make payments of about $100 a month and have that paid off in 6 months. And
Understand.
I know you understand, but your attitude is still an issue that troubles me. If you don't want to be back here before me or another judge on an issue to revoke probation, make sure you comply with the 2 terms I've given you. $100 payments until paid in full. First payment will be due November 21st, 2024. You will have a payment due the 21st day of every month thereafter until paid. So November 21st and the 21st of each month thereafter at the rate of $100 until paid.
Can I ask the question?
Certainly.
I have never known a judge to set up a payment plan, but I understand what you're saying. I get it paid off before then.
I'm transferring this to reporting probation. There will be a $60 probation fee. You will be required to report to probation as soon as this hearing is over. Go to the probation office down the hall and report. This will be a 1-year reporting probation. All standard conditions will apply, and they will go over those, and you will sign off on those, or you will not be given probation. You'll serve your 6 months. Payment plan that you're not used to, I'm still going to give you the order to pay $100 a month with your first payment due on October 21st, 2024, due on the 21st of each month thereafter.
That's the whole point.
What's the whole point?
All right, thank you. Never mind.
What's the whole point?
I'm talking to the officer.
The officer isn't your legal advisor.
What's
Mr.
the-
Patterson is. The whole point is to keep you out of jail. And if I have much more problem, I'm going to say, forget probation. Let's just take her into custody and take her to jail for 6 months. Deputy, don't be doing that. Don't be mean.
We didn't need to write this down. There was no point in writing this down. But thank you.
I was just writing down her fines and stuff that she had, and I changed it.
Well, I know
now
you were
to
trying to help her,
$60.
deputy, but I don't think that's appropriate. So don't be doing that. Where
Down
are
the
you
street.
going?
I'm going down the street.
No, you're going down the hall to probation.
Yes, down the hall.
If you don't do that, and if you don't do what I told you to do, then you can go down to the street to the county jail. You know,
Ma'am.
you don't have yourself in that big of a predicament, but you just keep making it worse with your attitude and your responses. So
That line right there is the courtroom warning siren. When a judge says, "I am this close to taking you into custody," that is not talk. That is the legal cliff edge. One more push and this entire hearing could have ended in handcuffs. Do you think the judge showed patience, or should she have pulled the plug sooner?
Why she thought it was a smart idea to keep talking after the judge made it crystal clear what was expected from her? Judges don't repeat themselves for fun. They do it because they're giving you chances you probably don't deserve. And instead of taking the hint, she kept throwing out those little remarks like she was trying to speedrun her way into a worse outcome. The judge flat out told her she was concerned about her attitude, and instead of adjusting, this defendant basically said, "Let me prove that concern correct." So instead of non-reporting, she walked out with supervised probation, something she acted shocked about, even though she literally built that entire result with her own behavior. Honestly, I'm surprised the judge tolerated her for as long as she did, because plenty of judges would have shut that down instantly. And switching someone to reporting supervision isn't even that harsh. It's basically the judge saying, "You've shown you can't be trusted on autopilot." If anything, she's lucky this didn't turn into the full 6 months in jail, because the judge had enough legal room to make that happen. What people forget is that judges can modify probation terms if there's disrespect or non-compliance happening right in that moment. And this case is the perfect example. The real question is whether she'll actually learn from this, or if she's going to end up right back in the same seat next month. So what do you think? Did the judge go easy on her? Or should she have been locked in something harsher? Let me know down below. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.